What are the most common low testosterone symptoms?
The most common ones, I'm going to take this from two different angles. First, I'm going to talk about just from a clinical perspective, what we see in talking with all of our clients. And I will just say, I'll talk about the common themes. And then I want to just at the very end, and I'm going to read them off. There's an it's called an Adam questionnaire, which is 10 questions that were designed by physicians to help identify low testosterone. I think it's a good exercise to actually read through those. But first, I just want to start anecdotally because we work with so many guys, and in my mind, I have probably thousands of conversations at this point with our clients, so I can sort of break it out from what I see. I would say the first one, which is mentioned, is typically difficulty in getting into shape. So, and having the energy to get in shape. So we get so many guys that come in and they feel like, what's my way out of this? I used to be able to get in shape. I used to go to the gym. I used to be able to eat a certain way. And I used to be able to, lose 10 pounds of fat and, feel much better. And so it's sort of a frustration level that they have because they know that they're not healthy and they're not as healthy as they used to be. And they're trying and they're searching for something to make them more healthy. So I think, low energy and inability to lose body fat, right? I think that also manifests itself in terms of when you have low energy, what's your motivation to go to the gym? So you're frustrated on many different levels. Mental fog. A lot of guys claim, and I think that this is one of the biggest ones that I suffered from, prior to going to a clinic, was just an inability to accomplish tasks and stay focused. So I might sit at my computer, for 10 hours a day, and I might have been productive for an hour out of that day. And I owned a different type of business prior to going to clinic, which was I didn't have to work all that hard, but I could have grown the business to be a lot bigger than it was. And I just lacked the motivation. I was also frustrated, like many guys were, going to the gym and doing all the weightlifting exercise that you used to do. You're not seeing the results. Libido is certainly impacted. I think the libido is impacted on many levels. The first one is testosterone. So your testosterone level is going to impact your libido. Um, Testosterone also impacts the firmness of your erections, right, and your ability to get erections. So we always say that in terms of libido, it's a complicated conversation because it's multifaceted. If you knew that you could always get an erection, would you be more likely to have sex? If you know that you're having difficulty having erections, are you less likely to have sex, even if you had a strong libido? If you were worried about it, then certainly, you're not gonna, readily have sex. So libido is one. Um, I think depression, and these are topics for, men that we're not maybe preconditioned to discuss. So, I really think that a lot of guys are suffering from a little bit of depression. And when we improve hormone levels, they start to work themselves out of this hole. The questions. So I just want to read these, right, because we also use this as a tool prior to seeing our clients to determine how bad or what their symptoms are. So one is, do you have a decrease in libido slash sex drive? Number two, do you lack energy? Number three, do you have a decrease in strength and or endurance? Number four, have you lost height? Number five, have you noticed a decreased enjoyment of life? Number six, are you sad and or grumpy? Number seven, are your erections less strong? Number eight, have you noted a recent deterioration in your ability to play sports? Number nine, this is a big one. Are you falling asleep after dinner? And number 10, has there been a recent deterioration in your work performance? So those 10 questions, I think, are a great sort of precursor to any meeting that we have with a client, and they can, essentially we ask them to fill that out prior to coming to us. But then we always discuss these issues and we try to dig deeper and try to figure out what the real specific pain points are.
Okay. What's the question about the height? Do people lose height when their testosterone is lower?
I think that statistically, yes, as we age, we start to slump over. You're not, obviously, if you're not going to the gym as much, you're not being as active as you were, you're losing more and more muscle mass. And so height is definitely something which is impacted by testosterone level, but I think it's more of a tangential. Right. So if you have lower levels of testosterone, are you losing muscle mass? Are you starting to sort of shrink up and become older? And by the way, I certainly notice it when I stand next to some of my friends. I'm still the exact same height that I was. I'm just shy of 6 feet tall. I've always been just shy of 6 feet tall. And some of the friends that I had 20 years ago that were my height are now an inch or two shorter than I am. Of course, your spine gets compressed over time, right? That's something that people battle. But I think a lot of it has to do with activity level and being healthy and having, going to the gym and exercising and maintaining your sort of physical body, your physical being.
Okay, very interesting. Thank you, Brian. Consider becoming a channel member for exclusive features, like loyalty badges, early access to new videos, funny stuff like rough cuts and bloopers, members only photos and status updates on the community tab, and members only live stream chat. On desktop, use the join button next to the subscribe. On mobile, use the join link in the description. And now give this video a thumbs up and go watch one of these videos to learn a ton more about TRT and hormone optimization.